Hello.
Hey.
Oh, wait, it actually notifies you now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that too.
The whole time I've been using StreamYard, it notified.
Oh, maybe we just weren't paying attention then.
Could be. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
What are you gonna wear for Garnet Ghetto, your little thing?
Well, I have two panels.
Are you gonna wear different stuff?
Probably because one's on Friday and one's on Saturday. Like the Truth or Dare one is on Friday. Which I was expecting it to be a little later at night, but I guess like they had so many panels, they had a hard time fitting them all in. So it's at like 3:00. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll figure something out for that. And then the other one is the one I have the tech rehearsal for. So I have to figure out if Jess wants me to do Gyaru or Lolita because it's like a J fashion roundtable. So I'm like, I can do either one, but it depends on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no idea. I don't know.
I was gonna try to enter the fashion walk, but like their spice category where it's like goth is also like arrow, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
Well, it doesn't have to fit like both though. It can just be goth.
No, I don't want. And like some people that do arrow or like they do it really well sometimes, and I'm like, I don't want to.
I'm entering the fashion walk doing arrow, and I'm very, very proud of my coordinate.
I did. Nicole already knows, but I did a Hime cord, like Hime Lolita, and it's based off of Red Velvet Cake.
Ooh,
so
I like it. Yeah, no, I literally worked on this coordinate for like 2 weeks. I was like, it's really good. It's one of my best coordinates I've done, so I feel very proud. I wanted to post the picture like right after filming, and I'm like, no, I gotta.
I know.
Wait.
Like same. I submitted it, and I'm like, no, I have to wait. I might do like a Gyaru one because you can only enter the coordinate contest once, but I might do a Gyaru one just so they have more like padding on the other J fashion category.
Yeah, I was thinking of like submitting a Gyaru coordinate, but I don't know. It was a lot of work to do the first one. The filming really, because I hate how I look all the time. So I'm like,
same.
Should I even enter? But
do it anyway. Norm was like, why aren't you twinning with Nicole? You guys could do like a picnic, like you're on a date or something. I'm like, busy.
I have that wig that you wore too, so like we could have.
Wait, which one?
The red one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
I kind of love that.
From L Email?
I don't know what it was from, but it looks exactly the same. It's like red and it's like a Hime, like with a bunch of curls. Yeah, I have that.
I mean, I made that one Hime. It wasn't, but I was like, Nicole's busy. Like, she doesn't have time for this. I have to get it filmed. And
I would have done it. All right.
Because we went to Fox Run Park to do like the filming for it, which was perfect because there was still snow on the lake. The little, they're not even lakes, they're like ponds, but there was still snow on them. So it was like very, very aesthetic.
That's awesome.
So, okay, so back to our conversation. What are you wearing right now then?
I'm wearing like a Roma Gyaru. So most of the time I wear Hime, but this is like a more mature version, I guess. Just longer skirt and less sexy. Yeah, I bought this shirt like 2 days ago, so I'm like, I want to wear this.
The shirt's cute.
Thanks. I got it at Ross.
What are you wearing, Jamie?
A blanket. It gets really, really cold in this room, so I
opposite problem.
Not all warm, but I'm wearing this Infanta JSK that used to not fit me. Like
Is that
a couple months ago.
Allie?
I think
like,
so.
It doesn't have like a waistband. It's just like a.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know which one it is.
Like, well, probably 2 months ago, I tried it on and couldn't get it zipped up, so I was like, "Yay!"
Yay!
And it's like a.
That it fits again.
Me too. It's like a redo of an outfit that I did for what is it called? The First Friday art show meet.
Oh yeah.
I did a coordinate like this, pretty much the exact same thing, like different tights, different headwear, but I really have always loved that coordinate, so redid it. What about you, Nicole?
Oh, I'm just wearing this like OP thing.
Cute.
I wanted to be comfortable, and I was like, this is actually like weird on me. I said this in my video that I was about like filming the other day, but it like cuts off like right here, like
yeah,
like, down on my boob, and so I had to like do this waist ties in the front because otherwise it just looks so weird.
I've been there.
Well, otherwise, it's actually too big. It's like too big, but it doesn't fit there. It's the bust line is like that.
Oh my gosh.
Is it supposed to be like one of the like tent shaped ones or something?
I'm not sure because like I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, maybe it is, but it doesn't look right on me because I am so busty, so it just looks like weird.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. Makes sense.
I was trying to remember where I got this JSK. So thank you for remembering where I got it.
I just remember Allie had it, and then like you bought it from her, and like the thing that she always complained about was that when you try to wear a petticoat with it, it like the waistband of the petticoat shows through the jumper skirt.
It's true because it's like it's just like a one piece of fabric the whole way down.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a petty with it right now because who's time for that?
Yeah.
But
Nicole told me to wear something comfortable, so I'm like, yeah, who it is, because I can literally wear anything.
That's why I said that, because I'm like, I'm trying to be comfortable, so you should probably try to be comfortable.
Yeah, at least I didn't show up in like a sweatshirt this time, so made an effort.
Looks like Nari's gonna hop on soon.
Ooh.
Yes. So, have you all made any recent purchases?
Lolita mask. Also, I bought like one of those hats from AP. It's like they kind of look like boaters, but they're not because they're round and they have like the roses on the side or whatever. I got one of those.
Ooh.
Cool. I thought, I actually said this in my video too, but I have the print is called Angels Whisper in the Night by Babies the Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have that as a skirt, but I just recently bought it as a JSK. I saw somebody selling it. And I wanted the JSK originally, but like that print is hardly ever on sale.
Hey, Nari.
Hey, Nari.
Sorry for the delay.
No worries. Nari. Sorry for the delay. You should put headphones on.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, that's better.
Oh, I also got this necklace from Paradise Rose.
This is mine.
Fair.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even wait for the MTO. You just.
I know, she just bought it straight up.
It's because Cello was selling it.
Oh, okay.
And I messaged them and I was like, hey, I am interested, but I won't have money for a while because basically I was going to use the money that Chantel gave me for chocolate chess to buy this. And Stella was like, actually, I'd rather sell it to someone I know, so I'll just wait. So, yeah.
Neat.
I was like, oh, look at that. And it's the black one. It's the OP though.
Of course.
I did not know that like the sleeve like completely opens up and it's just like it's the weirdest sleeve situation.
I've seen some weird stuff with their older, like their golden era prints. Like,
Yeah.
they're nice because they fit a wide range of people, but they're also kind of weird.
Yeah, like this, it's the original one, and the sleeve is like fine on one side, but on the other side, when you unzip it, it opens up the sleeve part too.
Yeah.
And it's just like super weird to try and zip up by myself.
I had that on Sugar Hearts, I think.
Mm.
I had the OP for that. So
I'm like, what is happening?
Wear a blouse under it. It looks so good with a blouse underneath.
We'll see if it fits.
Full old school.
If it fits first. I haven't been able to get it zipped up all the way. So
wait, is it shirred in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm at like the very end cutoff. Yeah. I'm mustier than I look.
Fair. I like also the only sugary carnivals I've owned are like the skirt and the special set JSK, which the special set has like full back shirring instead of the quarter panel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more generous than the regular cut, I think.
Yeah. Well, plus it's got the like invisible zipper situation, which I'm thinking that it's not that it doesn't fit, it's the zipper just is not, it doesn't play well.
Yeah.
I hate invisible zippers.
So, Nari, what are you wearing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing a Wonder Party.
Show us.
Good.
Cute.
You got your lyrical bunny too. She matches so well. For some reason I thought you got the sax bunny. Was there a sax bunny, or am I just like?
No, there was a sax bear.
Oh, that's what it was.
I don't have any bear print, and I was like, oh. I
mean, lyrical bunny is better anyway, so.
That's so cute.
Mattress. Oh,
cute.
So cute.
I wish the eyes were open though.
I kind of like the eyes closed.
That's a different lyrical bunny.
I like them both, but I kind of, she's forever sleeping. She's dead. Taxidermy.
No, she's just over this shit.
Literally.
That Patrick's one.
I've seen enough.
I bought that, like, I have the same one, but like when it came out a while ago, and I bought it, and it went so well with Suya toys because it's like she's sleeping, and then I have the little bed tote bag, so I just like stick her in the bed tote bag, and she has a little sleeping bag.
That's
I'm
cute.
surprised that AP hasn't done that thing where you like lay it down and it closes its eyes and you pick it up.
That's kind of creepy though.
Yeah, especially when it like half opens.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Or the ones that never fully work right, so they're always open, but their eyes roll back still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Nari, did you buy anything recently?
I bought the Sugary Carnival MTO and this JSK.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like 2 centimeters close, like to the max measurement, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it fits. I'm kind of worried now because.
Well, the MTO I feel like is a little more generous than the original one. Like, I know the measurements themselves were a couple centimeters bigger, so you should be fine.
Yeah.
We can have our sugary carnival cult meat.
Oh, like the
I'm almost always like 1 inch bigger than like stuff that baby traditionally makes, and I always just squeeze into it.
Like if it's not a whole lot, like you're fine.
Yeah.
It'll close.
might take some finagling.
Jamie, we were talking about doing a when it's like actually safe, doing a sugary carnival meet at the carousel in, oh my God, what is that town? Netherlands, yeah.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
You're just making a meet without me.
We told you to get sugary carnival, but
I think it looks dumb. I think it's just really dorky looking.
I like ponies. There's so many.
I kind of think it does too, but I had to fulfill my middle school dream.
It's iconic. Like,
I just had to.
Yeah. I didn't buy it because I already have one. But if I did not, I would have gotten one. So
I had mixed feelings on the socks. Because I was like, what happened to the pony socks? I thought
Okay.
The pony socks were not a sugary carnival release. They came later.
I think the socks are fugly. I hate the socks.
No, I love those socks.
I was thinking of buying the socks because I was like, oh, like I bought the dress, like it'll be cheaper to just buy the socks and the head bow from the MTO. I looked at those, I was like, these are gross. I hate these. I can't. If you get the candy sprinkle socks, they look like they match.
Yeah, I used to have candy sprinkled. I used to have the cellophane. I'm like, those socks would have been perfect, but I had it in black.
I remember very well.
Good with it.
You're allowed to like them, but I think they're fugly.
I think they're cute.
I know. You can like sugar carnival. I just think it's a dorky thing.
Yeah.
Says the one who has one of the pony bags.
No,
I'm surprised.
My pony bag is from the Dreamy horoscope. Or
yeah, because she has the horn on her. Yeah, fair.
I have Dreamy horoscope.
Also, I have Milky Cross. It can fit with Milky Cross.
The only thing I wear my pony bag with is Sugary Carnival, but it's fine. For the clout.
There you go.
The clout.
I was a horse girl growing up. I mean,
oh no!
How does that not surprise me at all?
It shouldn't, honestly.
I used to work with them, and I like them, but I don't know. Wolves became my favorite animal once I saw one in the wild. I was like, that's it. Sorry, horses.
For me, I was obsessed with My Little Pony, so that's why.
I have a whole collection of them.
My sister was a horse girl, but I personally have always not liked horses, like, at all. No interest in them. It's funny that I have two horse friends.
My favorite animal was always cats, except this one phase I had in like 8th grade where I was obsessed with penguins.
That's such a you thing too.
I know. And I mean like whale sharks and alpacas, but like cats has been the consistency, at least.
It is always the classic trio: cats, bats, and rats.
Yeah, mine was definitely horses, and then it was pandas. It's been pandas for a very long time.
Yeah,
pandas are.
He's actually in this room. I have this bear. This bear I've had since I was like 10 years old. He's really gross now, like he's all brown.
That's how you know he was loved.
Yeah. I have like a Beanie Baby cat that I called Whiskers, and he doesn't even have whiskers anymore because they've been like pulled out.
I have this stuffed animal. She's like I should go grab it. Her name is Crystal, and my dog Goldie got a hold of her at one point, so she doesn't have a nose. I'm gonna go get her.
This was my childhood best friend toy, Minty.
I don't have Whiskers here. He's at my parents' house, but
mine is named Ambrosius.
Ambrosius?
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Labyrinth?
I actually haven't. I know of it. I know many of it, but I haven't actually.
So there's a character on there that's like this little dog that's a knight, and he rides on a bigger dog, and the bigger dog's name is Ambrosius, and it's just he's just like constantly yelling at Ambrosius, and that's where that name came from.
Okay, but I lost Whiskers once when I was in elementary school, and my mom put up lost posters around the school.
Oh, that's
And
cute.
I found him. We found him that way.
Nice.
I didn't hear the whole story, but that's already super cute.
I lost because I had the Beanie Baby. His name was Whiskers. He was like the black and white one. I don't remember what the normal name is.
Yeah.
But I would literally take that thing everywhere. And I lost him once when I was in elementary school, and my mom put up like missing posters for him. And we ended up finding him.
That's so cute.
So,
I love that. This is Crystal with her missing nose.
Wait, is that the ones? I think I have that.
Really?
Same one.
She doesn't have an ear either. This was like one of my first stuffed animals ever. My grandma gave her to me in like this like red box I remember opening, and yeah. She's so
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, let me see. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What color are her eyes?
You make sense.
Eyes.
Mine is way rougher. Oh my god. We have the same cat stuffed animal.
It's the TY one, right?
I have no idea.
Oh.
The thing is so old. Yeah, she doesn't have a tag. I hated tags on my stuffed animals, so I usually cut them off.
I was like, I have that one.
Oh my god. Mine was so rough. Don't worry, Crystal. I still love you.
Do you see her hair? Like it's not
Oh my gosh.
like normal, like normal pony hair, right?
Yeah.
Her hair is just brushed oblivion.
She's a grandma pony.
Yeah. Like the crazy grandma hair.
Exactly. That's so funny. It doesn't even surprise me that you and I have the same exact cat.
I know. I was like, I had that one, and it was literally sitting like right next to me, and I didn't even notice.
It's like the most us thing ever.
Did you have the cats that like when you shook them they purred?
Yes, I did. I had every cat.
I still have some of them. I don't know where they are, but
I had one of those too. I also had one that like had water in the belly.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I don't know if you can hear
Did
that.
you all get For Real Friends? Because when they came out with the Persian, I lost it.
I was slightly older than the For Real Friends. I had pound puppies, which I actually went to Target recently and they had pound puppies, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
I had pound puppies too, and I was too old for the For Real Friends because my niece had one, and I was like, that thing is super cool. She actually had a
I like
you guys ever see the Real Friends pony, butterscotch pony? It was like
Oh, I remember it.
Oh, I don't know.
I had that. I actually it was taking up so much space. I gave it to the neighbors' kids because I was like, I can't keep this anymore. It's just it's giant, you know, and
yeah.
You mean?
I think I got like
have that when I went to your house because I feel like I remember that vaguely. Okay.
Yeah, I gave it away. It's just too much room. I loved it. But
Yeah.
like, it's someone else's turn.
I feel ya.
Like in Toy Story.
my mom got me a life-size Barbie when I was younger. That's apparently what I wanted for Christmas one year. And she said that thing used to scare the crap out of her. Like she'd come into the room and see it like sitting and be like, oh my God.
I wanted a life-size Barbie, and that's like the one toy I never got. Because the clothes wouldn't fit me anyway. I
Yeah,
bitch. Like
I just put like regular clothes on her, but they never looked right because she had like a waist like this big.
I always wanted one and I never got one, but I was also more of like a stuffed animal kid.
Me too.
So I had more stuffed animals.
I did not like dolls at all. Like I didn't like Barbies or baby. I never had a baby doll ever.
I had like some Barbies and like Bratz dolls, but not a whole lot of baby dolls.
I had a couple of Barbies, but mostly I had like My Little Ponies because that was my fix. I did anything with Barbie that I just did it with My Little Pony.
Mine was Beanie Babies. I still have like a huge box of Beanie Babies at my parents' house.
My grandma always wanted us to play with baby dolls. Like she had a whole collection of them, and my sister really liked them. Which is, it's so classic because I don't want kids and she wants nothing but kids. So I'm like, makes sense. She liked the baby dolls, and I was like, I don't care about them. Now, girls to dress up, I want some outfits to put my dolls in. So I was like, into rap songs.
I've always had a little phobia of like things that look like people but aren't people. So like baby dolls and mannequins always really creep me out.
Doesn't your dress have dolls on it?
Yeah, so the way that I get over I like overexpose myself to it. That's why I have a tarantula, because I was like, I'm afraid of spiders, I'll just get one.
I have a collection of porcelain dolls that is at my parents' house because Ernesto can't handle it right now. Almost everyone I know is like terrified of porcelain dolls, but I love them. I
think I had a couple, but I didn't really play with them because my mom was like, they're expensive.
I never played with them. They just sat in my room, and I would pretend that they were alive when I went to bed, which is probably it's terrifying for most people, but for me, I liked that. I felt comforted, like, oh, they're like my little army.
Yeah, my grandma had a whole bunch of them. She had so many, like hundreds, and I would go to her house and clean them, and I like clean her house, and they would scare me for real. I was like a teenager when I did this.
I also liked Hot Wheels, so I would play like with the Hot Wheels a lot.
I like making
puppies. They would fit in my Hot Wheels, so the pound puppies would drive the Hot Wheels.
What are you about to show us? Ooh. Is that a ball jointed doll?
These own. I love their outfits. Well, actually, I made her for this one.
That's cute.
I'll be right back. My nail is falling off. Not my real nail, I promise.
I didn't really get into dolls until I was in middle school, which is kind of weird. I was like, I didn't care for them when I was little. I was like, oh, I like ponies, but then I saw like, and I was like, I need her.
I like had a phase where I was like, you know that phase that everybody gets where they're like, I'm not a child anymore. I'm going to get rid of everything from my past.
And regret it later.
Yeah, I did that. I sold every single one of my Bratz dolls for like $3.
I did not do that.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, I want to be a kid forever.
I wish I would have done that. I think I was influenced by Kim a lot because Kim had that phase hardcore, and she got rid of. So Kim had like a very vast collection of Littlest Pet Shop ones. Like she was really into those in high school. She had like all of them, and she would number them on the bottom so she could keep track of which one she had. She was super into it. And then some horrible people at school made fun of her, and she got embarrassed and gave them all away. And shortly after that, I gave away all my toys.
I was never into Littlest Pet Shop just because that came a little bit later.
Yes.
Kim liked them in high school. Yeah. I never liked them either.
Yeah.
Well, they had a line in the 80s and like early 90s, and then they reintroduced them in the early 2000s, and they kind of matched the My Little Pony. So I had them because I was like, oh, they're the ponies' pets.
See, like the Pound Puppies, they had the plushie, and then they had the little tiny ones that were like Polly Pockets, but animals. So I was always really obsessed with those ones. So I had like the little tiny ones, and like I would have the like OG Polly Pockets and would use the Pound Puppies like in the Polly Pocket like settings.
I remember, didn't Kim bury her Polly Pockets?
No. This story, I'm just like, here, let me roast Kim. No, she would put her dolls in the closet and then come back and act like she found
they were in like timeout, right?
Yeah, she I don't think she buried them, unless that's a different story. She might have buried them. Kim did lots of weird things with
it was like, was it the dolls or was it the The Build-A-Bears.
Oh, the Build-A-Bears. I remember we had a whole Build-A-Bear network. We had a whole Build-A-Bear lore. Kim and I would spend hours talking about what a giant house we would have, like what it would look like, where every room was like for one of our Build-A-Bears, and we all would have a room, and it was like this giant interconnected mansion. The Build-A-Bears, we were very into Build-A-Bears. I only had two.
Me and Jamie both worked.
I don't think I've ever even been in the store.
You've never been to Build-A-Bear? That's so weird.
I think I've seen it like a couple times, but I don't think I've ever been in one.
Fair.
I feel like now it's not as good, but I feel like Build-A-Bear's declined in quality a lot since they changed CEO. But
yeah,
I
Build-A-Bearville.
I got a Build-A-Bear in like very soon after it opened, like 98 or 99. Because we had like my cousins visiting, and me and my sister got one, and then like several years later we got another for like a special event. But there are kids who get like Build-A-Bear every single birthday. And like get clothes all the time. Like me and my sister pretty much only had like one outfit, but Kim and then our next door neighbor who lived in between us, Kylie, she had like all the clothes. And so we were really all into Build-A-Bears with each other. And then it was like weird that I worked there.
I lived on the western slope. There ain't no Build-A-Bear over there. But like I think in middle school, like my best friend at the time was super into Build-A-Bears, so she bought me one for Christmas.
Oh wow.
And then we were in like Destination Imagination, if y'all remember what that is.
I remember that.
And so we got into the state finals, and so we had to come to Denver for the state finals, and we got to go to Build-A-Bear, and I made one. And yeah, they didn't have like a lot of outfits and stuff, but
yeah, that's the thing.
It's funny because Ambrosius, I've been asked if he was a Build-A-Bear before.
He looks like a Build-A-Bear.
He does have that like similar size. Yeah.
I don't remember. I think this was one of those bears that like had clothes though. I just don't quite remember.
The like knockoff Build-A-Bears or whatever. I had some of those.
I'm pretty sure it was before Build-A-Bear. If Build-A-Bear came out in 98, I'm pretty sure this was before.
Build-A-Bear came out in 97.
That's the year I was born.
Wow.
Shut up, Nari.
You were born in 97? Oh my god, I'm so old.
The youngin. Okay, like literally I was wearing Lolita when Nari was like a wee lass.
I know.
What was it like? I think I met you when you were like 13?
12.
12.
We've like watched Nari grow up locally as a friend group.
Proud of you.
I know. I sometimes forget that you're like an adult. Like I'm like, I need to stop thinking Nari's still in high school. I don't know why I do that.
It's been like 5 years since high school now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm getting on. Actually, this year is my 10th anniversary from graduating high school.
Oh man.
I'm kind of glad that there's quarantine because I don't have to go to my 10-year reunion.
Mine was really lame, I heard. There was a whole group on Facebook, and I was like, what the heck? I don't know any of you people. Were you guys actually my god? I was so confused because I'm like, literally, I don't know any of these people. And I was, so I just like removed myself from the group, and I was like, I'll just like hook up like with all like, the friends that I did have. And I just met like a few friends at the brewery. There's like 5 of them that showed up. It was pretty cool though.
For one, I don't think anybody's gonna plan one for mine. Because Kim and I went to the same high school, and she never got anything that anybody said. Plus, I think the people in my year were just kind of too lazy for that. But I'm also still friends with a lot of my high school friends, weirdly enough. And this year in particular, I've reconnected with a lot of them through Facebook, just like they'll add me, and I'm like, sure, let me give it a try. And then I'm like, oh, you're actually really cool now.
I always went by a fake name, so no one ever got to add me. Like, if I liked someone, I'd add them. Like, if I liked you, you know what happened to me. But if I don't like you, I just fade away from existence. I'm a cryptid. Like, do I really exist? Did I exist?
I was always the weird kid, so I had like 3 friends in high school. So I also grew up in a town that was full of rednecks.
Yeah, I'm like, you went to a really small school. I was with the weird kids, but there were a lot.
My graduating class
Same.
had 120.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my graduating class. In all fairness, we were the smallest class, like, out of all of the ones that were there, but it was like 120, so it was pretty small.
Mine was like 1,500.
In your class?
My graduating class.
Wow.
I went to a very overpopulated school.
I think there was like 1,500 in the whole school. And it's funny because like my best friend from high school, she's actually my assistant now, and she says that she still keeps in touch with a lot of people, and I'm like, how?
I don't even bother. I think I have like.
I was always known as her goth friend.
Oh, okay.
She was actually pretty popular, but I was, because I didn't really talk to people.
I was not.
Maybe it was less than 1,500. I'm looking now, and it says the number of students for 2017 was like 2,000. So maybe it was less. Unless they
graduated in 2017?
No, I'm just Googling.
Oh.
I didn't graduate in 2017.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
That would be after I graduated.
That was when I was supposed to graduate college.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's fine.
That was
I kept like 3 people from high school, like I know, and I'm dating one of them, so.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm like, he's enough. Like, no, there's this. I had a really good friend. Her name was Shadow. She was she was native. I don't remember what tribe she was, but we were really good friends, and she just disappeared off the face of the planet. Like, I'd like walk to her house, and just no one would ever answer, and we used to hang out like all the time. And I'm like, what happened to you? I miss you. Come back.
Aw.
I'll find her.
Yeah.
We're weed buddies. Talk about anime.
My assistant, my friend Danny, she's actually trans. So in high school, she was a boy. I don't know how to word that
Yeah.
But so it was just weird because like people thought we were dating in high school, and I was like, how though? Like I never even understood. Like we never even like touched each other very much. Like we never hugged or anything because I'm not like that. So I just didn't understand.
Hey, at least it's better than Kim. A lot of people thought her and Thomas, her brother, were dating because they look nothing alike and they would always be around each other because they're siblings.
Oh gosh, that's messed up.
Thomas has got like blonde hair, blue eyes. Kim's brown hair, brown eyes, and everybody
They look different.
And I was like, no, ew.
People always think my brother is like my dad or something because we look nothing alike. Because but like I'm like, that's my bro. Like,
yeah, your brother doesn't even look old enough to be your dad. What the heck?
I know. I was just.
People always think that I'm when I hang out with my younger brother, people always think that we're dating too, because he and I don't look alike either. Like he's like brown, first of all. He looks like a Native American because his hair is all long and like he's like dark. So in the end, people never know that we're related. And I'm like, he's my brother, but okay.
People have mistaken me as my little sister's mom, and this would happen when I was in like middle school, and I'm like, you people are sick. Like, what the heck? I'm like 13. Like, leave me alone.
People used to do that with my niece. My niece was like, when she was really young, like 2. First of all, people thought I was like 15, and then my niece was like 2, and I'm like, how would I have a baby? Like, what?
Exactly.
I mean, technically it's possible, but
it's weird to assume that about people, I think,
Yeah.
like, oh, you must be her mother, and I'm like 12. Calm
It's okay.
down.
People probably think me and Norm are related because we have the same hair and eye color. So
Oof.
See that people might think that. Now that you're saying it, I'm like, yeah.
no.
I was like, I could see it.
It's not that I think that, but I just can see that.
Yeah. Well, like, because my family's from Ukraine, which is literally a country away from Latvia. So it's like Eastern European, like they all look the same anyway. But my mom's family is from Ukraine and they don't look like typical Ukrainians. I want to get one of the like DNA tests because I'm pretty sure that my mom's family is Romani because they are all very dark skinned with curly brown hair and blue eyes and look nothing like Ukrainians.
I'm trying to get one of my siblings. Well, my older sister wanted to get a DNA test because our grandfather was adopted, like on my dad's side.
Yeah.
We don't know what he was, and then apparently it's like I had some like my grandmother from my dad's side was from like Cornwall, England, and Irish, kind of, like English and Irish, and then that they think, but they don't know, like, and my mom's side says Latino, mixed.
Yeah.
So much in there.
My mom went to college like really close to a reservation, like up by Devil's Lake, in North Dakota. And she had a friend that was Native American, and her friend like swore that she was Native American. And she's like, no, just because she has like the tan skin. It's weird. Except, and like my dad's side is all Polish, so they're all like they look like me. They're pasty with like blue green eyes and blonde hair and stuff. But my mom's side of the family is all really tan, and it's
that's right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I look nothing like my mom.
Yeah, me and my older sister think that there's like native blood, Lenka blood, because like my mom, and all their family's tan. But I do have an uncle who was like blonde hair, blue eyes, like he's the one-off.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like anyone else, but it's just that Spaniard blood mixed in.
I am, yeah. My dad's side is Polish, like they're all in New York, that area, so
Chicago.
very, very Polish area. And then my mom's side is from Eastern Europe, so they're all from North Dakota, that whole area where the Eastern Europeans ended up. But she also had mentioned that they were Bohemian, and Bohemia was like in Ukraine, but consisted of Romani people a lot. So I'm like, it would make sense if they were Romani, but no one actually ever bothered to get tested to see if they were.
I took the DNA test because my great grandmother was from Asia. Like,
yeah,
for a fact she was from. Ray already knows the story, but she was from Asia. Like, we know for a fact she was from Asia, and my mom was born in Mexicali, which has the biggest Chinatown in the entire world. So I just assumed she was Chinese, and I did a DNA test just to find out, and it turned out she was actually 100% Japanese.
Oh.
And I actually did some research about it, and I guess like at the time it was like Japan just opened up because there was like, from the country, from the world. They like just opened up, and Mexico was the first country to accept immigrants from Japan. And so they got a lot of immigration from Japan for a little bit. But it was very strange that she was a woman.
Yeah.
Apparently the majority of the immigrants were men. Like fishing.
I mean, I guess like they have to have some of them if they want to like procreate.
I don't know. It was like it's interesting because I wonder what she did, because she didn't stay for very long because there was a lot of racism, and so she went back to Japan apparently. But like I just wonder what she did, and like, why did she have a child and just like leave him there? Like, what was her story?
Like, what the heck happened?
I'm
Yeah.
super, super interested in ancestry and genealogy. This year I spent like researching my heritage because my grandma's Native American, but she has no idea what tribe because her mom's Native, and so she always said Cherokee. She's like, oh, I think it's Cherokee and Choctaw, and I looked it up, and it's definitely not Cherokee and Choctaw. It's Choctaw and Chickasaw. And then found out where my other grandma's parents are from, which is Wales, and I know exactly where they're from, which has been super cool. I have like one Swedish relative, which totally shocked me because I did not think I had any Swedish ancestry. And then on the rest of my grandparents came from Germany, so I'm pretty much German.
My dad's side, they're Luhanskis, so like obviously Polish, but I guess apparently we're somehow related to William Wallace. I don't know. I haven't actually looked into this, but my dad was like, yeah, when you guys are in Scotland, go check out like William Wallace's memorial because we're apparently related to him. And I'm like, oh, this was before I had watched oh God, what is the movie?
I love those like old like family like tall tales about
I'm like, okay. Well, my dad's side, like Deming is an English name and not Scottish or Polish, so I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, but people will change their names for the country. For example, my grandfather had in Mexico. They use two last names. They use their mom and their dad. So his last name was like Palacios, whatever her name was, right? And he changed it to be Palacios because his aunts adopted him. So his dad's name and his aunt's name.
Yeah,
and also because of the racism. And apparently, supposedly, my mom said that we were like part Arab, and that the last name was like Jacob, and it turned out that we're not Arab at all. So I don't know where she got this. Like maybe this guy just raised my grandmother. I don't know, but that was also changed to Spanish. It was changed to Jacobo so that it would fit in more.
Yeah, like on my mom's side, my cousin did some research into it, and she's pretty sure like their family used to be Fedora, but now it's Fedora because of the whole Ellis Island, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's weird.
So my last name, Stedman, they changed from Stead to Sted because they thought it was less German. Fun fact. Single A.
I have like no blood ties to it. It's the family that adopted my grandfather, and I never knew any of them. Like I know they're all out there, but I don't really like. I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
I know my mom's side more. Like
that's how I feel about
your grandfather on your mom's side or your dad's side, though.
Huh?
Your grandfather on your mom's side or your dad's side?
My dad's side.
Okay, so not from Ecuador.
My mom's from Honduras.
Honduras, sorry.
No worries. Right. It happened.
They're very
close. For a brief moment of time, it was all Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, for like 2 years, and then they just all split again. But
yeah,
I mean,
at least you kind of have an idea with Honduras, though.
Yeah.
On your mom's side, maybe not so much on your dad's side.
Yeah, like I know so I know that there was a Spaniard, obviously, that came and probably married an indigenous woman.
Yeah.
For the like tribe, I think from the area she was born in and where all the family was, it would have been called Lolita. And there's like a whole legend about the leader fighting the Spanish and all that.
Ray, are you wearing circle lenses?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it the one with the black ring?
Yeah. For some reason, because normally I wear like the dailies because they don't hurt my eye, but I got these as like a free gift from Honey Color. And I finally decided to open them after like 2 years. And they don't hurt my eyes because the yearly ones do. It's just this eye. I don't know why. I've been to the eye doctor. They're like, your eye circumference is a normal size, so
That's right, because every morning when I wake up, I can't open this eye. I have to wait like an hour.
yes. Biologically we're all female.
I don't know why that's relevant.
I know, right? I was
happens.
gonna answer that.
I'm just gonna yeah. We have some people in our community that aren't, but it's fine. Because we are trying to normalize that. Because some people don't always go by she or her.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to normalize adding pronouns just to be more inclusive of people who do not refer to themselves as biologically female.
And people will get
That sucks.
People will get harassed for having pronouns in their bio. So if more people do it, they're less likely to be harassed. So I think it's really important for people to do so, so we can normalize it. Because it is a normal thing.
Truly.
We are an inclusive community, and we want to make everyone feel welcome.
Why are you here if you don't like that? Just fuck off. Seriously.
I was gonna say, like, maybe
I'm not gonna sit here and argue about this.
Maybe you should take a new updated science class, because that's not how that works.
Why not? I don't know. That's a question for you.
Here, I'll get rid of these. Here, I'm in mod mode. I'll just
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If someone wants to identify as a can of Pepsi, then they're allowed to, and it's nobody's business except theirs.
Totally derailed our conversation.
I know. I'm like, what were we talking about?
I banned them.
That's fine.
I was like, we just got a lot of viewers randomly.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but like, if y'all gonna throw some hateful shit out there, don't, because I will come after you and I will beat you up.
Yes, I've seen Ray come after people.
I will. I'll fight them.
Decked out in frills.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not very frilly today, but it's close. It's close enough. I'm kawaii, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
Love that.
Yeah, it's my motto. It's fun.
That's how I am too. I'm very scrappy. Like, as soon as I'm ready to fight at any point.
Yeah, and it's even funnier because I wear like sweet Lolita, and then like you're goth, so people don't expect it from me. They expect it from you.
Well, also I'm very short, so people don't expect
true.
It. And they like true. I look pretty young, so they think I'm like not gonna do anything. I've like yelled at grown men, and they just stare at me like that one meme with the guy blinking eyes.
Even outside of Lolita, I've like threatened people. It's fine.
Yeah, me too.
It takes me a minute to get to fighting level, but I will do it if I have to.
Exactly.
I'm definitely not like, that flight or fight thing. I'm definitely fight.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Just go straight to fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have to leave soon, Ray?
Yeah, in like 5-ish minutes.
Oh.
I feel like
you have a tech rehearsal.
I do. I have a tech rehearsal for Garnet Gateau.
That's fun. Hopefully it goes well.
That's exciting.
I mean, I don't technically need the tech rehearsal, but because we're doing the round table, we're like getting to know everybody in the round table, so we all know what the heck is happening. So, I mean, it's like literally a StreamYard link that's not this one.
Just hopping over.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
That's awesome. I'm excited for the panels for Garnet Gateau.
I know. I didn't even submit like Ray with Rose Foray. They're like, yup, you're associated with this now. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I was replying to Quinn that we could actually stay a little longer. It's just Ray has to leave.
Yeah, y'all are welcome to hang out. I don't even know how long this.
I don't know. We just go on until we don't feel like it.
I mean, if you guys are still around, like I'll hop back in. I don't mind.
How long is your thing gonna be?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Oh.
It's probably not very long. They usually aren't. Like, I already know how to do the tech and stuff, so it's literally just like, hey, you're a fellow panelist for this panel, so what's up? And then
nice to meet you.
I know it's probably not going to be very long, so like I can always come back.
Okay. Well, if we are here still, you can come back.
Yeah, I will
give you permission.
Thanks.
Permission granted.
I mean, I can just add myself to.
You're allowed. You're allowed to return.
So.
Grant some permission
y'all
to
are
return.
Stuck with me whether you want to be or not.
Ah, dang it.
Start blocking her.
Just kick me out of the StreamYard.
Remove you.
Whatever.
Force you to log out. I'm just kidding. We would never.
Yeah. I'm one of the few that shows up every time we stream.
I know, right?
Every time. There's been 2 times.
And
both of those times it's been the 4 of us.
We're the cool gang. At least this time we're not talking about Colts.
I mean, we can get there, but I got some places to be, so maybe later.
We'll save the Colt talk for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. I will see you guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I like your hat, Nicole.
It's a bonnet, but I didn't know it was like a visor. I think that's actually why I got it, because I don't really like those ones that are like a fan.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I got it, and I didn't know it was like straight up a visor though.
It looks cute though.
It's got, what can I see? It's got these like.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks. I have a bunch.
I think it is. Oh, I think you're right. I think it is the Junji Ito one. I actually couldn't remember what brand it was, so that you're probably right.
I'm excited for your wardrobe video.
This little thing I made.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
Yeah, I used to wear this a whole lot, and people would always be like, "Is that doll legs?" And I'm like, "Yep." And they're like, "Oh, that's kind of creepy." I'm like, "Yep."
You're like, yes, doll legs. And what of it?
That one used to be my goal, like, just to be the most creepy that I could be. that was my goal.
That was my goal for a short amount of time too.
Well, actually, people find this fashion creepy for some reason, like muggles, normies, whatever we want to call them. People who don't wear old fashion.
I found that too. I feel like I feel like it's gotten better over time though. Oh my god. I have my wisdom teeth. I would love to do some, like, make earrings with my wisdom teeth or something. Right now I'm using them as throwing bones.
What Gabotrons do you want? Because I pour resin. I could probably teeth.
Nari making a business deal.
Cast my bones.
Yes.
I have mine as well. When I was in high school, I had really bad acne, and I used to take medicine for it. and apparently it stained my teeth. So they were under the gum, but they came out black, like purpley.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I have them on the shelf.
That's kind of cool.
I wanted to keep mine, but like I was like, I remember like being like, like I had like the medication was wearing off, and I was just like this, I was like, give me my teeth, and they just and I was always like, I wanted them, like.
And when I got my wisdom teeth removed, the clock they had in the little room that I woke up in was like a melty clock, like Salvador Dali type.
Oh my gosh. Which
I kind of feel like is a little mean, because I was like, what drugs are they giving me when I saw the clock? And the nurse came in. I was like, is that clock? And she's like, oh yeah, that's just how it is. It's you're not tripping out or anything. I was like, why would y'all have a messed up looking clock in here?
When I was put under anesthesia for my hand, I remember like looking up at the ceiling and like all the squares of like the lights being like wavy and like melty, and like it becoming very cold.
Mm-hmm.
It was Wait, so did they give you guys like gas?
I was completely.
I had like an injection in my arm, and they're like, "Oh, this is the good stuff," and I was like, "I'm terrified. Why are you telling me this?" And then I was like,
they just like gave me shots in the mouth, like they just numbed the area. Mm-hmm. They didn't do all that. I've never gas.
I don't know if they gave me gas or what, because I was very, very anxious to get them done, almost to the point of like being inconsolable. So I like don't remember a whole lot before, but I know I was completely put under.
I don't remember anything from my wisdom teeth, really. I just remember waking up, but for my hand, it's when like that weird experience happened. I thought I was like dead. I thought I like died.
I'm glad you didn't die.
I know, right?
Because the nurse who was like putting in my IVs and stuff, he almost put it in the wrong arm, and he was like, oopsie, and I'm like, these are my veins. Like, you got to be like careful.
I've almost always had that happen to me because I guess my veins are kind of small, and so they always have to like look around for it and like move the needle around and crap. Oh, so but it's happened almost every time.
You must have rolling veins.
I don't know. I just know that like
expert, huh?
I tried to donate plasma once, and they told me I didn't have veins big enough.
Oh yeah, then yeah. You probably have like small also rolly veins if they like move the needle around, because usually that means that if they have to readjust, they missed it. And if they didn't anchor it well enough, then it probably like the vein doesn't want to be poked, so they do move. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yes, some people have like more connective tissue holding their veins down. Like I have really good veins and they don't move a whole lot, but some people have like super rolly veins. Oh, my daily struggle. I hate drawing blood from kids. That's like the worst thing ever. That's my least favorite part of my job.
That's like me and having to groom a puppy.
Yes. Yeah, they get in that, like when we were talking earlier, fight or flight. Like there are some kids who do the flight thing, which I'm fine with, but there are some kids who go into the fight mode, and I've been kicked in the chest and scratched at and hit, and I'm like, can we just not do this?
That's how my little sister was when she was little. Like we'd have to like hold her down to like get her shots and stuff, and I would be like coaxing her and.
Oh, we got a question. How did we get involved in this style?
There goes my camera.
I think it's different for everyone.
This person, are you in this fashion? Because you just said you don't know how you follow this channel. So, like, are you just trying to figure out what we're doing, or?
Yes, that's a good question.
Camera issues. I'm here. But camera issues.
Huh.
It's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's working fine.
I think most of us who get involved in the style just kind of find out about it and like it and then do research and end up here. We have a very small, tight-knit community of people. So I think there's a lot of resources for everybody. What's going on, Ray?
That might have been how that person found this channel was.
Okay.
Testing.
I'm gonna rejoin. See if that helps.
Oh, you said that you got into it from Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, it was like a mix of listening to Gwen Stefani and Katy Perry. Yeah, both of them had like mentioned Harajuku fashion, so it's kind of how I fell into it.
Yes, we're all from the streets. We're from Colorado. Where are you from? I got into it, I guess, kind of. Like, I was always into fashion. Like, I was always into fashion, but I was really into Japan for a while. I was a little bit of a weeb. And that's how that happened. I just found out about it when I was like 16. I was like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah. I've always been into different fashion styles too. Like all different alternate styles have always interested me.
Oh, this person knows Ray is what happened.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think it's because, well, it's kind of hard to find a place. Like, not everybody can wear something this extravagant to work. And we do have meetups, but not everybody can go. It's not cosplay.
Yeah, it's not cosplay. Like, we're just wearing this like normal clothing.
Mm-hmm. Just to feel like you look cute, pretty much. I'm glad you like the style. You're not just trying to be rude.
They seem like genuinely interested.
Yeah. It's always hard to tell because there's some people who come from
like, you know how like in high school people would ask you questions, but they were doing it anyway?
Yes, that happened to me all the time.
Sometimes that seems like what people do in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Yeah, that used to happen to me all the time. People would be like, "Are you a Satanist?" I'm like, "No. Why are you asking me that?" And then they'd all laugh. I'm like, what do you gain from asking that?
There was this girl I knew in high school that would do that to me a lot. She would always like ask me questions, but she was asking me in a way that was making fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could tell, and so I wouldn't answer her questions a lot of the time. But she's friends with me on Facebook, and I just think it's funny that she's like, she looks like she has a very miserable life now, and I'm like, you deserve that.
I feel like that always happens. Like the ones who are just total jerks, if they don't like come around and stop being jerks, like they just bring about their own misery.
It's true. Well, Nari's computer is all jacked up.
Aw.
We could just end it if we wanted to.
We could. This person is asking more questions.
Different styles, and some look goth, and other have cute, brighter colors. There's different styles. Like I am goth. This is called Lolita. So I am like a gothic Lolita, and Jamie's kind of like, I don't know,
in between doing what I do.
And Ray, like Jimby's, she wears sweet Lolita. So that's why she wears like pink a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like sub styles and underneath the umbrella. My sister's actually becoming a classic Lolita.
Oh yeah, she actually has her own clothes now.
Yeah. You're a fan of Death Note?
Okay, yeah.
I like how you were getting ready to like say something else.
Like I'm like I don't want to be like a weeb, but I am. I was like watching it when like they first started airing. So like it would air in Japan or something, and then like the next day the subs would come out on whatever thing I was watching it. I don't remember.
I read all of the manga, but I'd never seen the anime. I'm not a big anime person.
I never read the manga.
I liked them.
Manga's just so expensive, and that's why I never. I've read manga. I just not super into manga.
I read most of it sitting at Barnes and Noble.
I know, because you can read a book in an hour.
Yeah,
and I didn't want to buy them because I'm like, I don't want to buy this book and read it in an hour.
Yeah, I like sat in there and I would read as much as I could, and then when my mom would be like, "Let's go," or like my friends would stop having fun, that's when I'd stop. Nari thinks it's working. I'll add her back in. Hey,
Finally. Been having so much PC problems lately. Need to get her new motherboard.
well, I'm sorry you're having computer issues. Since I started using Ernesto's PC, I've had a lot less. My Mac is like way too old to do anything fancy now.
Ugh, Mac is the worst, and it never like it only works pretty well for a couple years.
Mine got me through all of college, so 6 years pretty much.
Pretty good.
But it's just it's not got a whole lot of space on it. And it's just like, I mean, it's a 6-year-old tiny, it's like a MacBook Air, so it's super small.
Oh yeah. I built my PC back in 2015, but the motherboard was already kind of outdated then. Now it's super outdated, so I just think the hardware on it is going out.
That's what I hate about technology. It's just some of it like gets outdated so fast, and everything's updating so fast.
You're not being rude. It's just
I agree.
We had some trolls come in just a little bit ago, and that's why we were like a little standoffish at first.
It's true. I have gone to work like this. I work in a healthcare, so I don't do it very often, but like I work in a pediatric clinic, so we'll have days where we can dress up and stuff, and they encourage it. So I've worn Lolita to work for them, but usually I don't because I process specimens and I don't want to get blood or urine on anything.
I'm a dog groomer, so my job is extremely dirty, and that's why I don't do it. But I used to when I worked at a school.
Yeah, when I worked at a school too, I wore a lot of different stuff. That's like the bummer about not being in college for me anymore. I don't feel like I have as many places to dress up. Ooh. Office parties. That's like been the rough thing about COVID too. There's like nowhere to wear Lolita. I just wear it at home.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just put it on and take a picture and then take it off.
That's exactly what I'm like. I just want to get dressed up, but
yeah,
I guess I'll just put it on and take it off. But I mean, at least it's not as
Zoom calls, live streams.
Yeah, it's a good excuse to feel like myself.
Oh, she's moving to the iPad.
Dang, Nari.
There's a lot of people in the chat. Where do these people come from?
I know.
It's always like an hour after we start.
It's true. Like around the hour mark, everybody's like participating. I like it.
So we'll end this at 5.
Okay.
We're still here.
Just lurking.
Is that a creepy doll on your sleeve? Yes, it is. This dress has dolls all over it.
Where did you get it?
It's a Taobao brand called Dolls Party. I guess this brand only makes like doll prints.
Interesting.
So they have this print, but like slightly different and like a different cuts and stuff like that. And they also have one that's like pink and it's more colorful. It's got like an actual picture of a doll.
Look at that. My sister just got a doll print. It's like a little doll house around the edge. I helped her buy it because I didn't know you had to be like verified on Lace Market to buy anything. You can't just.
What?
Yeah.
When
She.
did that happen?
It must be a new thing because
Yeah.
she went on there to buy something. She's like, oh, I had to email someone to get verified so I could buy something. I was like, oh, that's weird. You could just use my account.
Like, how do you verify it?
I guess you email one of their like admins and they'll verify you. But since it's like a person, oh my gosh.
No. I don't I actually don't believe in like a lot of stuff like that, to be honest, like ghosts and stuff. I mean, I believe in ghosts, but only because I've seen one, but I don't believe in like gods or stuff like happening in your house. Fae. Like people believe in fae.
That's funny. Is Shinigami like something you summon? Like, is that normal? Is that something people do? I've never heard of that.
I guess because if it's a death god, I'm sure that there are some people that summon death gods. I don't know. That makes sense to me, but I guess I don't know.
I guess I've only heard Shinigami in terms of Death Note.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a real thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Your name threw me off, girl. Nicole Ghost. Nari's like, okay, back.
Hopefully this works. Yeah.
This sounds better.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah.
good. That's how much I paid for it, better work. It's at a weird angle now, but
That's not too bad. I'm glad you're back.
yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with my PC because it's not catching microphone anymore. It came through on the like webcam, but if I try to like just use a microphone, it doesn't work. And I've been doing streams with Michelle, Eat a Kitty, so it's just really annoying.
I like how you have the different eye color thing going on today, Nicole.
Thank you. I did that because this eye was watering.
So
the contacts, like my eyes water a lot, and the contacts kind of keep them from watering so much. That's really the only reason why I wear them.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I actually do this quite often if one of them is watering and the other one's not.
So to answer your question, most of us buy the dresses. To put together an outfit, it just depends. Like for me, this outfit took like 10 minutes to put together.
I feel like the majority of the time, what takes a long time is putting on makeup.
Yeah. So, I know that Ray actually takes quite a bit of time to put together her outfits, but I usually just throw it together.
Yeah, for me, I feel like putting on the clothes is not what takes a long time. It's definitely the makeup.
And also, dresses, like they'll come out in releases, so they'll have like matching accessories you could buy. Like I have my head bow, and I have like that goes with the dress, so that makes it easier. But there are people who like have their own indie brands and make their own stuff, and that's super cool. But I'm not good at sewing, so most of us buy them.
Mm-hmm.
$600? Why was that dress so expensive? Did you buy a set? Or was it like a really intricate thing? I don't know. I haven't seen like what you're talking about. I don't follow.
Yeah, what's the new meta release?
Yeah.
Personally,
it takes me around like an hour to an hour and a half. Or 2 hours if I haven't eaten. I need to eat.
So when it comes to Lolita, there's like a very there's rules. in this fashion, but there's like a silhouette that most people like really defining of the fashion. It's kind of like I could like show you, but it's just kind of like an hourglass, I would say. Like not like the body shape, but like the shape of the dress. It's just kind of like it poofs out and yeah, really about the sheet.
Yeah.
And also just, the fashion does, there's mostly sleeves just like cover up your shoulders, and you don't really show off your chest in most sub styles, but there's a Euro Lolita. People do kind of show a little more skin, but it's really kind of conservative, I would say. But it really just depends on the sub style. But there's quite a few different ones. Like I'm wearing Sweet, and these two are kind of wearing Goth. Jamie might be a little more mixed, but yeah.
Yeah. I do
We
whatever I
don't know
want.
what Jamie is.
I do my own thing. It's called Jamie Lolita.
But yeah, it's really
That's a new
about the
sub-style.
shape property.
Oh my gosh, my neighbors are smoking weed. Yes.
That's not what like you want to go for. Is like this shape.
You can,
You can,
depending on how it looks.
You could there's a style called punk Lolita that you can do that with. Technically you can really do anything you want with Lolita, as long as you follow a certain set of rules.
Pretty
So
much.
it has to have that shape, it has to have leg wear and your arms covered and a headpiece.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. People might roast you for trying new things, but I love that you had that ready to go.
I know, right?
So prepared.
Okay, ready to educate.
Nari's like, a teaching moment is every moment.
I'm trying to see if this has any like punk Lolita, but it really doesn't.
That's kind of weird because it was so much more popular back then.
It really was.
Here's the Mana-sama.
Oh my gosh, I have that dress. I have it in white and black though. That one that Mana's wearing.
Love that.
Yeah, I have a bunch of GLBs next to me. I'm sure I could find one.
Hot Topic did try to do this.
It's true.
Yeah.
Not very well.
They have a skirt, like a pencil skirt, and the print on the pencil skirt is a Hanuli print. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen that.
You know MC Melody Doll? So she had come over one time, and I like hung out with her, and she really wanted to go to Hot Topic because they don't have it in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And like she bought a skirt that has the stained glass print on it. And then like a little bit later, I saw that Hanuli, it was the same exact print.
Oh
and I was like, is that just a random print? But no, it was Hanuli's print, and Hot Topic stole it.
Oh my gosh, that's
Here's they pretty much call us like the more masculine version, but it's OG. I'm not sure if that's a good way to explain it. I do not wear anything else, but kind of more boy style.
That's what they call it in Mexico, is boy style.
I feel like not Hanuli. OG is getting more popular.
I agree with that.
I've seen a lot of people getting more interested in it.
I'd wear it if I didn't, have a figure.
Same.
I just hate pants. I hate pants. Part of the reason I like Lolita is it's just dresses.
That's fair.
So I'm like, why would I want to wear pants? No, thank you.
I totally like.
I mean, I've never seen anybody else except for Hanuli actually have that stained glass print. That's why I think that she's the one that made it. I could be wrong though, but it's not uncommon for Hot Topic to steal shit.
Yeah, I would probably guess that they might steal stuff. Doesn't surprise me. Most fast fashion.
No, it's actually called boy style in Mexico. They actually call it boy style. There's the Mexican Lolita group is called Lolita and Boy Style, I think is what it's called.
Huh.
They all speak Spanish.
Ernesto's always like, "Are there Lolitas in Mexico?" And I was like, "Yeah, there are." And he's like, "What are they like? What do they think?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not part of their community, but they exist."
Personally, I don't. Mexico has like a weird vibe. Like
I think that's why I'm so
they
interested.
don't do a lot of stuff that really matches. I feel like I don't know, and they do a lot of OTT too.
I think he feels similarly. Like he's interested by what their take on Lolita would be. He always asks me about it.
No, I thought I saw someone. I was just trying to find a punk Lolita. That's kind of fun. No, that's grass. Oh.
Punk Lolita never existed.
We all just collectively imagined it.
We're in the timeline where it disappeared.
Punk Lolita never existed. I could probably screen share a picture of Punk Lolita.
If there's Lolitas watching and you ever want to get a GLB that like really defines fashion, get number 40 because it's kind of like a lesson, and there's a lot of like hairstyling, and it just kind of like really good examples of all the substyles. And it also has sheep garden stickers, but it's just kind of like a lesson version of it.
Here's a good example.
Come on, Lolita.
Hello.
Hey! Oh look, this is
back.
Japanese Fashion Wiki. This is Punk Lolita.
Sweet. Apparently I'm representing Gyadu for the J Fashion Roundtable.
Ooh,
Woo.
look at you.
Represent.
Yeah.
Do you know Absent 1902?
I think you were here when I was doing closed captioning testing and trying to figure out if it would actually recognize the Japanese names of things. You should be able to enable. Wait, we might need to hold on. We might need to.
That'd be cool.
They've been asking us all these questions about Lolita.
We might have to open the closed captioning.
This is my
child. Hold on. I got this. Just give me a second.
I have a son too.
Gotta open it in incognito mode because I have my own.
I'm pretty
Twitch.
sure that's a daughter.
How dare you assume Lyrical Bunny's gender, Jamie?
No, Nari said I have a son too. I thought she was talking about Nicole's cat.
No. No.
This is a girl cat.
That's what I thought. That's why.
This is Beetle. This is Daisy Beetle.
Daisy. I knew it was a flower name, but I couldn't remember.
Well, 90% of the time I call her Beetle, though. I honestly don't know how that happened, but that's what we call her now.
I call Luna Bug all the time.
I don't remember the login for the Twitch.
It's not something that you remember. Let me send it to you.
Okay.
It's like not a.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it was like really weird. I just can't remember what it is. But I'll log in. I will set up the closed captioning, I promise. It's just a matter of actually getting that. Oh no.
I sent it to you.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you see what I mean.
Yeah. He's just trying to be as secure as possible.
It's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I would do goth or
Ugh.
punk, but I really like sax and sweet stuff. But so I spent all my money on that.
And by sax, she means like light color blue.
Yes.
But I would wear it, but it's kind of an investment to add like another style to your closet, you know? Like mine's kind of centered around sweet, but I would wear goth, but I just really don't have the money for it right now. It's just kind of easier for me to do one thing at once, you know? But there's girls who have, and you know, there's people in general that have like huge wardrobes and.
For me, I wouldn't probably do country Lolita.
How dare you?
Which is like, it includes like picnic table print and like, you know, straw
Gingham is
hat.
great.
And yeah, I'm not interested. No country
I
for
would
me.
do classic.
I don't do goth because I don't wear black.
I don't think I wouldn't do like OTT sweet. Like I would wear sweet if it was really toned down. That would be the only way.
Yes, country Lolita.
So there's Sailor Lolita, Punk Lolita.
It's not, Jamie.
Sweet, there's bittersweet, there's goth, there's what else? Hime, which means princess. Princess Lolita. Am I missing?
That's
classic?
Are people still trying to make a mermaid Lolita thing?
What?
I hope not.
What is mermaid Lolita? I'm offended.
Okay, hold up. You know how people wear like a lot of like cosmic prints and like stuff like that? Is that a certain style?
I think it should be.
I mean, it just kind of all falls within the category.
Galaxy Lolita. There you go.
Galaxy Lolita.
Okay,
Like
now
it's
still
still
like
sweet Lolita. It's just sub style, so it's different, but it's not.
I know. For me, there's only three. There's only three styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the three styles and then any other ones fall under the other ones.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we do have the sub styles. It's all
So many different
either
ways.
sweet, classic, or gothic.
Yep. I think, and even punk, like I think punk falls under gothic.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
And Sailor is probably classic, right? Would be considered classic.
Sailor
think it
usually
could
tends
be.
to fall towards sweet.
I think it's on the sweet classic axis.
Yeah.
I feel like Arrow is goth.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, usually it is. I've seen it in different ways though. I've seen one. I thought this cord was so cool. Somebody did like the skirt was sheer and then they did like a cage skirt underneath.
Ooh, I've seen those.
That's so cool.
But
they didn't do it like goth. It was like kind of classic.
Ooh. So it actually originated from Visual K, which is like a music type in Japan. So it's not technically from anime. Visual K tends to be, it's a whole musical genre and it's based off of like really over the top outfits.
There's also sorry.
No, you're good. It kind of stemmed off of that, like very over the top outfits for these groups that are performing, and then Lolita kind of worked its way down from that.
Well, also there was kawaii culture started to take root in like the 1970s, and that's just like things because they're like, oh, I'm expected to grow up and be serious, but I don't want. I still want to be like cute and retain, you know, some stuff. This is kind of like rebellious, you know. I would definitely say it's part of that rebellious phase. But there was like Lolita. You could see its roots in like early street staffs from like the 1970s, 80s. Like it just kind of evolved, but definitely was a big part of the music industry and just kind of being like, I'm gonna wear what I want, you know. Like I'm not gonna
before the 2000s, Lolita was like kind of frumpy. There was the only thing that activated Lolita was that it had like a poopy skirt and then pulled up socks and blocky shoes instead of it. So a lot of people were really like very, very toned down and casual and kind of frumpy.
Yeah.
So it didn't actually even take root until Visual K because it influenced it so much.
Yeah, the Vivienne Westwood rocking horseshoes, that's actually punk. That's a whole different thing within like Lolita culture, but it had a lot to do with Visual K and the punk scene in Japan.
Yeah, and then just kids in Harajuku just dressing up differently and beating up for music and all that crazy.
It was basically a rebellion movement because people were over-sexualizing women in Japan. And so Lolita was like, oh, this is modest and feminine at the same time. So it kind of fought that whole like, oh, women have to be sexy. They have to basically do whatever you want because they're women, that sort of thing.
The other thing is in Japan, they're very, very big on like, there's a lot of pressure to conform, to be very like everybody else. And so it was just, they're trying to be different. It was a rebellion against conformity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Visual K is really cool.
That's why the
Lolita actually stemmed from Malice Miser, which is a notable Visual K band. Mana is like the founder of Lolita fashion, as you would call it, at least what it looks like today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely he definitely put it out there. But there was a few others. It's kind of weird to think about. Like Angelic Pretty was established in like 1979.
It was just pretty before, but
it's pretty.
It's definitely evolved since when it started.
And I feel like the influence of like the punk mindset really cannot be understated in Lolita, because
people are
there's
like,
so much,
Lolita isn't punk, and I'm like, it is,
because it really did. These styles did come out of that non-conformity idea, the idea of rebellion and pushing back against a really constricted society. And
exactly, it's basically saying, fuck you, I don't want to wear what is considered to be the feminine style of this era. So I'm gonna wear something more feminine than you guys expected.
Here, the link I'm posting really talks about just the fashion history and where you see a lot of those influences and just stuff that happened. But I definitely recommend like taking a look at it if you do want to like see when stuff happened. But it's really, really cool to see how the fashion evolves and how it where it's going, and I love it.
Which I feel like these days it's not as feminist as it used to be, but there's still like that background, that concept, like that's what we're here for.
Exactly. Ugh.
Exactly. Yes. And even other J fashions like Gyaru. Gyaru is very similar in the opposite concept where they're going to over-sexualize everything. And it's like, this is too sexy for men to handle.
I thought the whole point of Gyaru was to be like really fake.
No, it's kind of. It's
fake eyelashes, bleached hair, fake hair,
it's
like
unattractive to men because you're so overdone that men are like, no, that's not attractive anymore.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
complete opposite of Lolita in that sense, where it's like the fake tans and the fake eyelashes and the fake lenses and all that stuff. It's a very similar concept.
It's like a caricature of like
exactly
like hyper feminine.
Like this is so attractive, it's not attractive anymore.
Oh my god!
They were actually inspired by California Girls is what I've always heard.
Yeah, Gyaru
It is based off of California girls, so that's why they have the tans. Tans aren't super common anymore just because of other issues that are going on within the community. But originally it was based off of like California girls, but a like exemplified version of it, like very exaggerated.
Yeah.
Which in Japan, it's very like you have to be pale skinned, you have to be like submissive, that sort of thing, where Gyaru is like the complete opposite. Like you're tan, you're loud, you drink alcohol and party on the weekends, that sort of thing. So it's the same sort of like rebellion mindset. It's just in a different fashion.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love it. When I first got into Lolita, I was really into like the punk kind of emo thing. And like wear chains, and I was just so like edgy, you know. But then I found it, and growing up, I really liked pastels and like Easter and just cute stuff. And I felt like this was a way to be like rebellious and still be cute. Like
it is.
So that's what really like drew me into it, was because I just wanted, like, I always felt different, so I wanted my outward appearance to reflect that.
Yeah. It's literally like Lolita exists because men are trying to fetishize women, and we're like turning that and making it modest. It's still feminine, but it's very obviously modest compared to like what people will wear these days. And so it's rebellious in that sense instead of.
Yeah, I mean, everything that everybody's saying. Pretty much. Thank you. I definitely really love everything that Lolita stands for. It's something that's important to me.
So
That's a good question.
We haven't personally been to Japan, but in the US itself, it normally gets like positive reception from it. Sometimes people will be very weird about it, but for the most part, because it is like conservative, it does cover like your arms and your neck and stuff like that. It's not as bad as some stuff.
I think
what I've heard is that when people, if you're not in Harajuku, sorry, but that if you're not in that area, people do kind of stare at you the whole time. Like nobody's gonna say anything because it is Japan, but
yeah,
I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who lives over there, and we talk quite often, and she's black, you know, and she has quite, you know, Japan is like racist, but she said that like compared to here, people don't really bother her about it. They just kind of look and just kind of mind their own business. But here, like, people will kind of like be like, what are you doing? Are you in a play? Are you Little Bo Peep? Are you Alice? Are you this? Are you that?
But yeah, we constantly get questions about it. Like,
I've known people that live there for a long time, like Westerners that live there, and they said that there's like this, like there's like a kind of a culture in Japan where if you don't make any commotion, that's what they want. Like you don't stir the pot kind of thing. So that's why nobody says anything.
Like most of the questions, if you do get questions, are from foreigners.
Yeah. Well, and so for me in the US, the experience, I feel like for the most part, people are just really confused, or they've consumed some piece of media that has some negative connotations. For instance, there's an episode of My Strange Addiction where they portrayed Lolitas as being these looks obsessed, crazed, and they framed it as being a living doll, and they like use corsets that break their ribs, which physically can't happen, and all this sort of stuff. And I feel like that's usually what kind of attention that we get. Otherwise, it's just people asking questions or like thinking they're super funny, making a joke that we've heard 500,000 times before.
Personally, I don't like when I'm by myself, I don't really get people that come up to me. I don't know if it's because of how I am as a person that people seem pretty threatened by me just in general, but I never really get
honestly,
unless it's like they're just complimenting me.
One of the things I've noticed is that I have more problems in groups or when I'm wearing sweet. I actually feel like when it's like more gothy or toned down,
that's another thing. Is
just
I
kind of accept it.
Yeah, that's another thing is that when I think it's also because I wear goth, and so similar to regular goth clothing that I think people don't mind it as much.
Yeah, I like when I was going to school in Denver, I would literally have people. I'd had headphones in so people wouldn't bother me, and they'd be like, "Excuse me, excuse me, why are you dressed like that?" And I'm like, "Please leave me alone. Like, I just wear these clothes. Like, get the hell out of here, honestly." And it's definitely more noticeable in sweet because it stands out significantly more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. When I'm like all in black, people are like, whatever. It's just another goth kid or whatever those weirdos are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're in groups and people start asking us questions and stuff, and then you guys always stop and answer them, and I'm like, guys, let's go.
I don't want to, but I also don't want to be rude.
I want to be rude.
There are people who
I want to live my life.
And we're sweet. We're sweet. We have to be sweet, okay? That's how it works.
I just answer the question in case somebody there has like a genuine interest in it and want to be part. Because sometimes there are people who are like, what is this? I love it. Usually I'm more nice to those people. The ones who are asking questions, I'm like, it's Japanese fashion. Anyway.
I went to a meet in Boulder once, and a girl at the Mac store in Boulder was like, "Is that Alice and the Pirates?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before where I go to a store and somebody's like, "I love your Lolita outfit." I'm like,
I know. And then you're like, "Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you."
Were you there when there was that like young girl? She is probably like 9 or 10. And she like was taught, she kept asking, her mom came over and asked us like, what are you guys doing? Like my daughter's really interested, like where can she buy stuff like that? And she was all like scared and like, but really interested in Lolita. And we were like,
I think I remember
trying to show her.
I've also been to like Buffalo Exchange in Lolita, like by myself, and like some mom came up to me and she's like, "Oh, do you know Moime Moitié?" And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "Do you know where we can sell it? Because my daughter has a bunch of it, and like she doesn't want to wear a Lolita anymore, but like we aren't sure where to sell it." And like this is back in the days of like the EGL sales com on LiveJournal. And so I was like, yeah, go here. Also, why is she not in our com? But okay.
Depends. At least for me, it depends. Like I try to be nice if there's like children around, but like if someone's being a butthole, I'm like, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, I try to be nice to people, but if they push me, I'm just like, fuck you.
Same.
Yeah, earlier we had some really rude people come in, you know, and we just we're like, fuck you, like get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm banning you. You are gone.
When I was going to school, I would wear Lolita downtown, and some lady was literally like, excuse me. And I had headphones on, so I'm like, what the fuck do you want? And she's like, why are you dressed like that? And I'm like, because I want to. Like, at that point, it honestly depends on how the person reacts to it in the first place. So some of them do not react positively, so they receive a bad response.
It's always funny to me when I say because I want to, and people are like, but why though? And I'm like,
because I can.
is that not enough of an answer? I just told you. There's nothing more to it, dude. I just like it. That's it. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you.
I just want to wear clothes that are cute, so leave me alone.
They whisper with me, I'm giving them this. Poke.
Which weirdly enough, if you're by yourself, it's not as common as if we're at a meet and we're in a group, then people will approach us more often.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I think when we're all together, they think like, oh, this must be a thing.
And they're like, oh, y'all are in a play, y'all are in a dance group, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask. The bane of my existence.
I know, the worst sentence in the world.
I'm like, you don't. You just wanted to ask.
There are some good reactions, like little kids will be like, "Oh, you're a princess." And
It's true. I love being called a princess by little kids.
Like with little kids is like, is that a princess? It's great. It's just when you get the boomers that are like, okay, I have to ask when you're in the middle of talking to the rest of the comm, and you're like, yeah, we're blah blah blah, and then I have to ask.
I would definitely wear Lolita in Japan.
I would. I do other J fashion like Yadu and stuff, but I would probably just wear Lolita. Like I've been to the stores. They have some other stores in like San Francisco and Paris, and even those, it's like I just wear it. And
I honestly wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't. Unless I was going to a Lolita store, like a meet or something, I wouldn't just.
It depends on how comfortable it is.
Like
because
sometimes it does. You gotta pack it.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Like, well, I'm not gonna wear Lolita somewhere that I don't know the country, I don't know the culture, I don't know the people, I don't really know where I am.
Okay.
See, my idea is that I go there, I do a closet child shopping spree, and then I wear whatever I bought there.
I've been to a lot of places besides Japan. Like I've been to Paris and New York City, San Francisco. I normally will wear Lolita, and the only people that question it are the ones that are like not from that area. Like people from San Francisco, they've seen the stores. They know what it like. They might not know what it is, but they're slightly familiar with it. But the only time I get questions is when it's people that aren't from that area.
It makes me wonder how many people who ask questions in Denver are actually from Denver or not.
You've had a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, Denver is a little different just because they don't have like the brand stores like San Francisco and Paris and stuff too. But
pretty big on dressing up and stuff, and like
they're slightly more okay with people wearing weird shit. It's a similar concept in Portland. Like I was in Portland, and the only people that asked me what the hell I was wearing were people who weren't from Portland.
That's what makes me wonder. Like, I wonder if some of those people are like out of state visiting. They're like, oh, this is a Denver thing, but it's definitely not. I remember we wore, well, Ray and Nari, I think you were there, and Ariel, they came to get me from Build-A-Bear while I was working at Park Meadows. And the people there were some of the most obnoxious people I have ever seen. Well, I wasn't even in Lolita, but they were like so rude up at Park Meadows. I was just like, oh my God.
Not necessarily like we're wearing a dress. I've had people be like, "Oh, you're in a dress. What's the occasion?" But most of the time it's like I'm strictly in Lolita. People will 90% of the time people will be like, "Oh, your outfit's so cute. Look at you." And then the other 10% of the time will be people like, "Oh, why are you dressed like that? Oh, Alice in Wonderland," shouted across the friggin' store. People will shout rudely at us. That happens sometimes.
I gotta say that I am uncomfortable wearing sweet.
I get it. Like, I get why. Because I've experienced it. Like, I know why you would be uncomfortable wearing sweet.
I'm only really uncomfortable dressing up if it's like, so I wore Lolita a couple times to school. I was on the same campus as Ray for a small time. And I didn't like wearing Lolita to school downtown, partly because I was usually on campus for 8+ hours.
She has
also, yeah, and it's
her house is black. She has like taxidermy all over its spine.
Part of it was just because like the length of time, and then the other part is like also because it just I didn't like taking up space on the light rail because there are so many people crammed in when I was on, and then there was nobody else dressed like that. It felt really extra, and I felt out of place. That's the reason I didn't like wearing it while I was in college. But if I'm just like out and about, I usually don't care. Like I have. Ever since I was in middle school, I was always dressing weird in some way, shape, or form, whether it was doing face paint or whatever crazy thing I was doing. So I'm kind of not, I don't even really notice when people look at me anymore.
Honestly, I used to wear Lolita like daily. Like I would go to the grocery store and I would wear it. Just like as I got older, it kind of became more of a hassle where people would constantly stop me and ask. And I'm like, I'm just trying to do stuff, like normal everyday stuff. I'm sorry, my clothes are weird. And so, like, the older I got, the more it progressed to where I wouldn't wear it as often. Yeah, like I used to wear it like daily. I used to be like lifestyle Lolita. I'd go to the grocery store, I'd wear it. And then it just becomes too overwhelming, I think.
Yeah, I used to wear it way more often as well. Like not I wouldn't say daily, but almost daily, several times. But it does get like tiring to do. And then
like you have to take time out of your day to be like, yeah, this is what I wear.
I always thought about giving people on like business cards that explained it, and then just going away, like, oh, here you go, bye.
Me and Ray
fighting Jamie. We're trying to get the comment up here.
So we all have clearly met people with the same interest because we all know each other.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's pretty much a community anywhere you go.
My favorite story is the one time we were at a meetup in Lolita and some lady drove up to us and was like, "Are you guys children?" And we're like, "No." She's like, "Okay, so you're prostitutes."
Yeah.
We're like, how do you associate those two things together?
Yeah, that was a really, really weird example. Like the car that day was
our car broke down.
The car broke
trying to get like some coolant for the car.
Yeah, it was like literally overheating and smoking, and we're just walking to Big Lots to see if they have coolant because the other place we went didn't. And then this lady stops, and we were all like, "We're not prostitutes."
Like, first of all, why would you associate children with prostitutes? That sounds like a you problem.
I would never stop wearing it because of other people, though.
No, I wouldn't either.
They can be as rude as they want. I'm just gonna do what makes me happy.
Yeah.
When my ex and I broke up, okay, part of the reason we broke up was because I started wearing Lolita a lot and he was like embarrassed. And when we broke up, my mom was like, "You should stop wearing Lolita so often. You won't be able to find a man." And I was like, "That's good."
No.
If he doesn't like you wearing it, that's fine.
Like, honestly, if your SO doesn't accept Lolita, then find a different one.
Yeah.
100%. One of my exes wasn't really a fan of it, and so that was just like a constant cause of contention.
It's literally just clothes. Like, I'm not gonna go off on it, but it's just it's literally just clothes. And if that bothers someone so much, then honestly, they have no position in your life that matters.
100%.
That's we're at time, by the way. So that's a good closer.
Yeah. It's 5:01.
Wear what you want, do what you want, and if someone complains, fuck them.
Exactly.
Thank you all for watching and
Yeah,
talking to us.
we'll be around.
Next one is on the 6th at 3 o'clock.
That is when Garnet Gateau is.
So it's the next week after?
Yes.
The 13th.
The 13th.
Mhm. Ooh, right before Valentine's Day. You can spill
Valentine's
some tea about Valentine's.
We love you too, Quinn.
Bye, Quinn.
Yeah, no
Of
problem.
course. Yeah, like if you have questions. No, that actually wasn't rude. We've
You didn't
definitely dealt with worse than that. Usually when people are actually asking legitimate questions, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just when people are rude to us, then we get really sick of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and come join us on the 13th if you want. It'll be fun.
We'll be here.
Bye.
Bye.